All right, now we are on environmental impacts of mining. Um, all right, so both underground and surface mines have their own unique sets of problems. We always have safety hazards, water and air pollution, and it's very stressful to the environment, must be planned carefully, should be safe to miners and neighbors, and we have to contain pollution. Being a miner is no joke. It is very, very dangerous work, both as far as like safety hazards as well as environmental hazards. I'm sure in Kentucky you've heard of, the black lung from mining coal. It's hard work. Here is a location of mines across the U.S. Very few places that don't have some kind of mining. So here's underground mines. They're much less apparent, because they're underground. You don't necessarily drive by and know that they're there. And so because of that, it's a smaller disturbed area. You really just have your like entry points called shafts. But you will see waste rock piled up near the entrance. And then it just kind of like it's like tunnels that just follow that ore. They don't really want to go outside of that ore because then they're wasting their money digging out rock that's not valuable. Um, and then when they're done, they can put the waste rock, being the stuff that they dug out that wasn't valuable or that's been maybe like, you can get a big chunk of it and you pull it out and then you just get the little piece of what you wanted and you've got that rest of that big chunk. You can put that back into these tunnels. But abandoned mines can collapse years after activity. That's why you're not supposed to go into abandoned mines that you find. Um, And occasionally there are a collapse of active mines. A lot of times the mines are supported by like lumber structures and things, or especially in the past. And you can imagine, some wood beams. It's really hard for those wood beams to hold up, tons and tons and tons of bedrock above it. And here's an example of a lake that collapsed onto an underground mine. There's a video out there too that you can Google where they drilled into an underground salt mine from a lake. So the water from the lake starts flooding this salt mine. And then it's a salt mine. So the more water you get, the more the salt dissolves, making that hole under the ground like bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And the whole lake just starts like swirling around this hole that's getting bigger and bigger, and it's taking ships and things down with it. It's a crazy video. And this is just showing some uh, rippling effects from subsurface mining that's being kind of extrapolated up to the surface as things have settled in or collapsed underneath it. Then we have surface mines. We have open pit mining, which is quarrying, and we have strip mining. This is an example of a quarry. It's just this big, like it's near the surface, so you just kind of go after it, dig a big hole, and get it all out. A strip mining also needs to be near the surface, but it's not in like a big chunk like this one is. It's more in layers near the surface. So they just kind of strip off that top layer and then they go after that layer they want here. This is common in sedimentary deposits like coal. Um, this is probably common across all sorts of different things. Igneous, quarry for gravel, sandstone, almost anything. Um, Let's see, quarrying extracts rock intact. You can use it for building blocks or facing stone, cement, sands and gravels, large ore body near the surface. And obviously, local topography changes occur because you just put this huge hole in the ground. Strip mining, let's see. Yes, I said all of that. All right. So what are the impacts of mining related activities? So taking the mineral extraction is environmentally hazardous because we use a lot of bad chemicals like mercury to get the valuable material out of the rock. Mercury is used in gold and I think other ones as well, but it's most famously known for gold mining, um, to help leach the gold out. Let's see, and then we have spoil banks, which are the waste rock just kind of piled up. I don't think we do that anymore, but we used to. And then because you have, same thing with the tailings, which is just fine waste material, but because you have taken these big chunks, you've increased your surface uh, ratio of that material, so it's going to weather quickly. And a lot of times there's sulfur with a lot of the different things we want to mine. And so then we get acid mine runoff or drainage, um, which I'm sure you've probably seen that in Kentucky too, because we have some pyritic rocks in eastern Kentucky, and you'll see that like orange, rusty kind of water in some places, even just driving down the road. Sometimes from mining, sometimes, it's just there naturally if it's been exposed and it starts weathering. Um, you get sulfuric acid. Read through this. Okay. Oh yeah, and then if you're gonna use heat in the process of processing out, you can get some dangerous exhaust gases, ash, sulfur oxide, and then acid rain pollution, as well as the acid mine runoff. Um, and then here's just a picture of some from spoiled banks. So just piles of spoiled material that weathers easily, acid mine drainage, and to working that down, compacting it, putting the vegetation on top of it, and now this has been reclaimed, which now is what we should be doing. But I can't say other countries are.